of the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it is.
Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, yeah. Bring 'em out, hey.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mattawan High School. If you would please rise, gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by Mattawan's very own band.
Do you have a time limit on this? Does it show when it's going to be done?
I just played all the way through.
Line judge Ben Neal, back judge Brad Cushman.
Oh, wow.
Once again, the Lowell Red Arrows will kick from the north end zone, number 15, Maddox DeCinco.
Welcome to Kickoff. I'm Lance Caprosin with my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. Sorry to end that interview for you guys a little early, but you can head on over to highschoolsportsstreaming.com. The full interview with head coach David Ayers-Smith will be posted later tonight, or maybe by tomorrow morning. Who knows? But it will be up. But here we are live from Mattawan. Mattawan Wildcats are ready to set to take on the Lowell Red Arrows. Big return by Red Arrows, number 8. Number 5, Aiden Fitzpatrick. Looks like the Red Arrows will start at the 32. They're heading right to us. Mattawan takes the field for the first time on defense. Zach, what are some of the keys of this game for Mattawan to win it?
Keys to the game, Lancers, there's a lot of things you can look at. But the biggest thing for me, especially in high school football, is definitely time of possession. Holding onto the ball, keeping the ball on offense. It's where 90% of the points are scored. You don't typically score on defense other than big plays.
Red Arrows with the ball. It's a keeper for the quarterback, and he makes it to about the 40 before he's brought down by a gang of the Mattawan Wildcats. Nice play, nice run.
Number 10 looks like they're just running out of the gun, looking for something for Risebig to make big plays out there. But with what I was trying to talk to before the play started, time of possession, man. You want to hold onto the ball. You want to get your defense off the field. A good coach will coach that up to the kids, understanding that holding the ball is important. You know, that's where you want. That's where the moneymaker is as on offense.
Looks like Risebig decided to hand it off, and there was a run up the middle. Only looks for about 2 yards for Red Arrows. Nice, another defensive stop. Another defensive stop for Mattawan. That's going to be the key to the game for me, is just trying to stop this Veer offense and forcing the junior quarterback, Risebig, to make some plays with his arm. You know, I think, you know, you hit the nail on the head with the time of possession. This is something the Red Arrows can do because of this offense.
Yep.
Quarterback's in shotgun. There's a flag down on the field, a little bit of laundry.
Ball start. You know, it's weird seeing Lowell, because growing up, that's the type of offense that we ran when I was in high school. But they're actually inverting a little bit of shotgun in this too. That's a little different other than just straight up running the ball.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a loss for about 5 for the Red Arrows. They're brought back a little bit. You know, I mean, I don't really know. I know a little bit about the Lear. I think it's kind of interesting that they're going in shotgun. It adds a little nuances to the offense, kind of shakes things up. They're playing with 3 wide receivers out. Coach's side. Oh, he's back in shotgun. He actually throws. Wow. Interception by Mattawan. It looks like it was number 8, Colin Swintz. Oh, actually, the quarterback, Ryan Van Lear, made a play, picked off the other quarterback, and Mattawan will take their chances on offense.
That's pretty big, man, especially with Van Lear. Heard that he's a big action type quarterback. That's a good start for him at the start of the game. He might that add some fuel to the fire for him. Let's see what he's got on offense.
It's a little interesting to say that the defense will help someone on offense in football, considering the fact that usually you got guys playing one side of the ball and not both. But Ryan Lindveer, the quarterback, just made a huge play on defense.
Yeah, high school, man, you want to put your athletes where they're going to be most successful. If he's good with the ball in his hands, man, quarterback is number 1, and then DB is where he can make a lot of plays.
Looks like he's out in pistol with 1 back behind him, 2 receivers broadcast side. Looks at the ball, looks down the field, throws it over the middle. Big play at the 5. Touchdown, Mattawan Wildcats. Looks like number 7, Braden Yeager with the touchdown over the middle. Excuse me, number 6, Landon Picotti. I apologize for that, but a big play over the middle. Wow.
With a touchdown, man.
Last year, this Mattawan Wildcats offense, they did have some explosive plays, but the biggest thing they lacked was consistency on offense, so hopefully that will be a game changer for them this year. Just a little bit more consistency offensively. Looks like the kick is up, and it is good. The score is 7-0. The Wildcats lead. Wow, great play. Cannot say that enough. That was a huge completion from Ryan Van Leer to Landon Picotti. That was a huge play. We'll see how often they connect this season. Glad to see like a big crowd here too at Wildcat Stadium.
Yeah, dude, it's football here. start of September. It's big, man. High school's just the pinnacle. It's the start of these kids growing up, moving into college, and maybe making it to the next level. High school football was the days, man. Everyone knows that was about that brotherhood. We, going out there every single Friday, Thursday night. Thursday night, school's not in session yet, but every Friday night, waking up, I remember those days like it was yesterday, Lance, man. Waking up with the boys, going to school, doing your thing, and coming out here in front of a big crowd, and then performing, just like the first play for Mattawan, man. A long pass to Brichetti, that's great. That's a good start to their season. Hopefully we see more explosive plays from them.
Yeah, I have a good feeling about this offense this year, but Mattawan is lined up to kick it deep to the Red Arrows. They have two back to return it.
Fitzpatrick and Nixon to receive for the Red Arrows.
And the kick is up. It's a little short. Got it at the 20. Oh, big gap. He is in some open field. Only one man to beat. He's down. Gets tripped up at the 30. Saving tackle for Mattawan right there, because if he missed him, that would have been a touchdown.
Connor Lakesey with a great return. Opened up right in the middle. The special teams is underrated in football. It's all about big plays. Starting on the other side of the 50 for Lowell now is good for this offense to make a bounce-back type of drive and actually come out with some points. Risebig's got to bounce back from his interception. Let's see how well he performs on this drive.
Special teams can be a killer, whether it's, missing field goals or giving up big plays like that. They gave the Red Arrows great field position. They're starting at the 35 in Mattawan's territory. Risbing's back under center, two in the backfield, hands it off to the running back who's up the middle. Fumble. Who gets it? The Wildcats they force a fumble and they recover. That is 2 turnovers on back-to-back defensive plays. Wow. I don't know who made fumble recovery by number 20, Wyatt Hicks, a junior for this Mattawan Wildcats defense. I don't know who punched it out, but that is great team defense by Mattawan right there. That was something they were very good at last year, all getting to the ball, especially late in the season once they kind of figured out and developed some of that chemistry, and it looks like they're not missing a beat early in this game.
Let's see if they take another shot right here. I don't see why not.
Ryan Van Leer back in the pistol, 3 wide, opponent's side, 1 our side, 1 in the backfield as well. He definitely has some space over the middle. Snap, he's back, he has some pressure, he's scrambling around, lets it go. Looks like there's a catch at the 35. Ryan Van Leer, another completion to Ty Atkinson, a junior for Mattawan. It looked like he was in trouble. 2 defenders coming at him. That's the good thing about Ryan Van Leer. He has those legs where he can make some plays, and I love that he's keeping his eyes downfield.
Yeah, man, he just moving out of the pocket, going back into the pocket. That was a 15-yard gain. That was beautiful. That looked like a 5-yard loss right from the get-go.
Ryan Van Leer back in the pistol, 1 in the backfield, 2 receivers broadcast side. Snap the ball. Looks like there's a whistle out on the field. No flag, though. Looks like there's offsides. Offsides on Lowell. Looks like it's going to be another 5-yard gain. Hey, when you can get positive yards without doing anything, you got to take it.
These are the times you take shots, Lance. It's 1st and 5. You got 3 downs to gain 5 yards. I don't see why they take another one right here.
Veer back in pistol, 1 in the backfield, 2 receivers opponent's side. We got 9:35 left in the game. The ball is snapped. Looks over the middle. Oh, wow. It got tipped by a Red Arrows defender. I love that play, though. I love that shot over the middle. He had his man beat. Just needed to lead him a little bit more. But, I like that shot. I like that Air Smith likes to take chances. That's what he's known for, so.
Big plays, man. Big plays. That's what it's all about.
And if you notice, this Red Arrows defense, they are giving a lot of grass over the middle. They're not dropping guys back. They are challenging Mattawan, challenging the receivers to beat them. They're playing like what I like to think is press coverage right now. Ryan Van Leer back in pistol, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 in the backfield. The ball is snapped. Hand off to Connor Daggett, who gets dropped in the backfield. No gain, but a loss of none as well. Third and 5 for Mattawan, 9:15. First quarter, score 7-0.
That surprises me. They run the ball. They had 8 people in the box, Lowell did. So let's see what they do on this 3rd and 5.
Lionville back in pistol, 3 receivers, opponent's side, 1 in the backfield. He drops back, facing pressure, throws it deep. The pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field.
It might be roughing the passer there, Lance. Looked like he took a shot after he let that go.
Maybe there isn't a flag.
No?
Nope, there is no flag on the field. Looks like the Mattawan punt team is about to come out. Number 81, Ryan Kiesling, looks like he will be the punter. 8:54 left in the game. Mattawan winning up 7-0. The punt is high. Caught at the 30. Fumbled. Looks like the Red Arrows will start at the 28.
Let's see if Lowell hangs on to it this drive. They have playmakers out there. Look, I mean, watch them in warm-ups. They got some big athletes out there. Let's see if they can hold on to the ball, sustain a nice drive, and get some points out of this one.
Yeah, they're going to have to put something up because they don't have the offense to come back if they're behind by too much. I saw this last year with Mattawan and Battle Creek Lakeview, and that was something Lakeview. They're very good at running this style of offense, but once they're down, it's hard for them to come back. Ball is handed off for the Red Arrows, and it looks like it's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4. Which is an interesting change, especially considering the fact that they are playing the Lear, but they got the 2 receivers wide. They got 1 in the backfield, quarterback under center. He snaps, hikes it off, keeps it himself. Gets about another 2 or 3 on the field. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 7 on their own 33. On their own 36. They have 4 to go for a first down, so it's 3rd and 4. Quarterback back in shotgun, 2 in the backfield. Looks like he's going to keep it himself, and he gets the first down, gets back into the secondary and brought down at the 50.
Yeah, Lowell's, they like running that gun set with the receivers. If you can see, they're far out past the hashes, spreading it out with just a quarterback draw with the running back leading the way. So far, that's been their biggest success on offense, of just the legs of the quarterback, and I would just stick with it until it's stopped.
Big back up center, 2 in the backfield, hands it off to the fullback who looks like he's going to get some yards. Looks like about 8 or 9 before he's brought down by the Wildcats.
That was a good read by Risebig, running that option just up close. It's a simple 30 dive, reading the defensive tackle, just a simple give with an easy 7 yards.
Yeah, so far for the junior quarterback, he's had a pretty decent game despite the 1 interception. He's back under center, hands it back to the fullback. He gets the first down, gets about 2 on the carry. 1st and 10, Red Arrows at the 43, have 7 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Mattawan Wildcats winning 7-0. David Ayers-Smith told me the way to stop the Red Arrows is just for all of his defenders to know their assignments and play their roles and don't get out of those. Racing back under center, 2 in the backfield, keeps it himself, blocked by the fullback. He's in Mattawan territory before he gets brought down at the 9, I believe. So it looks like about an 8-yard carry for Racebig. This offense is clicking. It's hard to stop, especially when they have some green in front of them. 2nd and 2 on their 39. 6.5 left to play in the first quarter. Racebig snaps the ball. Looks like he's going to hand it off to the fullback, pulls it back, keeps it himself, and he is brought down after about a 2-yard gain. It's a 1st and 10 on the 33 for the Red Arrows. Yeah, he's keeping them alive with this offense.
They're doing that hurry-up offense when they get success, just running that quick dive with the fullback, but that read option doesn't give Mattawan really the time to substitute a bigger package when they're running that I set.
So you have to be prepared for just these little gains, and then hopefully you can contain them when they go for the take a big shot down the field. Racepick back under center, 2 in the backfield, hands it to the running back. Little grass in front of him. Looks like he gets about 5 yards before he's brought down by a gang of Wildcats. 3rd and 5 for the Red Arrows on the 25. 5:40 left to play in the first quarter. Yeah, another decent run for them. They're just.
I think that was Gonzalez's first carry, and it was pretty impressive.
2nd and 5. Racepeak back under center. Looks like they're going in some jumbo set with 1 wide receiver our side. Quarterback keeper. 1st down for him. Looks like about a gain of 7. Brought down at Mattawan's 15.
Ricebeck's getting a little life, and just like I said, they're going to move up right to the ball, and they're going to run it. They're going to run it right back at him.
It's that hurry-up offense. He's back under center. 1 in the backfield. The ball is snapped, handed to the fullback, and he is stuffed at the line. Brought down. Looks like it's a loss of 2 for the Red Arrows. That's what Mattawan's defense they can do. Once they snuff it out, they can make a play on the ball.
It's pretty impressive. Mattawan, one of the things I was going to bring up for keys of the game is tackling. And so far, Mattawan, they've been giving up big plays, but they haven't given up the real big one to take it all the way to the house. They've given up chunks of 25, 30 yards, but they've been able to bring them down, which is huge.
2nd and 9 on the 15 for the Red Arrows. They got Racepeak back under center, 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers broadcast side. Ball is snapped, handed to the running back. Gets into the linebacker territory before he's brought down by number 8, Colin Swintz. Number 6, Landon Perchetti. Racepeak back under center, hikes the ball, gives it to the running back. He has some grass in front of him, just falls a little shy of the end zone.
Gonzalez for Lowell is really running hard. He's putting his head down. He's finding the gaps. And the right side of the offensive line has been really successful so far for Lowell. The snap right here at the goal line, I'd look to go for him once again.
Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield, hands it to the fullback. He's getting stopped at the line again by the Wildcats. Good play, good tackle. Yeah, Mattawan's defense, they can get some stops. That was something I noticed last year, too. They're very good at tackling. Like, it seems like it's an underrated thing, like, hey, you're just trying to bring somebody down. But a lot of kids, they don't like to wrap up. Got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield. Hands it off to Gonzalez, who's trying to push his way into the end zone. Looks like he's going to get it in. Yep, touchdown, Red Arrows. Score is 7-6. It was a long drive. That can be, even though Mattawan had the 2 big plays defensively, a long drive like that can be a little demoralizing to your defense.
I like Gonzalez. He looked like he had about 4 carries on that drive for roughly 25 yards and a touchdown. I hope they give it to him some more. He's feeling himself right now.
Red Arrows are back to kick. The ball is snapped. The kick is up. Looks like it's good. Yup, 7-7. Tie ball game, 3:16 left to play in the first quarter. Got the defensive coordinator out there talking to his Wildcats. We'll see what they do. Let's see how they respond offensively. I want to see them go back to the air a little bit more, and maybe if they are going to go to the run game, try to get these guys out in space. The Red Arrows, they have a little bit of size in the middle, so I don't think they have the athletes that Mattawan has where they could potentially beat them to the outside. So that's why I want to see what they do with the running backs.
Right now, they're stacking so much in the box, Lowell is on defense, which is basically forcing them to throw the ball. Even right now, Mattawan's spreading the field out completely with 4 receivers, 3 receivers almost every set. Lowell is still stacking a lot of people in that box. And what I've noticed with them is doing so, they're keeping their athletes on the corners to slow down the receivers for Mattawan. Connor Lixie has been a man among many different types of positions so far. He's been defending a lot of the passes that have been going out so far for Mattawan. So, I mean, if you have a lot of trust in defensive backs like that, you might as well just run one-on-one on the outside and force them to throw the ball.
Exactly. Connor Daggett's back is back to receive for Mattawan. The Red Arrows are about to kick it off, and the wind took it down. Someone coughed on the field.
Yeah,
There's a whistle down on the field. Not sure what was called.
I don't think we were ready to kick. I think we are now.
Lowell set back to kick. And the ball is up, and it is deep. Ooh, Connor Daggett gets the ball, looking to make a play. Ran into a gang of Red Arrows.
That was an impressive special teams play right there by Lowell's kicking team. That was a very good kick. Got at least all the way to the 10. And
So the defense could get there. He could not make plays. And if you've watched Mattawan before, if you've listened to this broadcast, you know Connor Daggett can make some plays in space when he gets it. Mattawan Wildcats offense returns to the field. See what Ryan Van Leer can do with the quarterback position. Looks like Ryan Van Leer is back in the pistol, has 3 receivers, broadcast side, 1 opponent side, 1 in the backfield. The ball is snapped. He's scrambling, eyes still downfield, and he is keeping it himself. He has a lot of grass in front of him. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Mattawan. Ryan Van Leer, quarterback keeper. He can hurt you with his legs, and he just proved it right there. 13-7, Mattawan, 2:55 left to play in the first quarter.
Lance, that could have been basically a quarterback run right there. He was looking to pass on the left side of the field, found nothing. Unfortunately, didn't have a lot of blocking at first, but he created a lot of room with his legs. He is not a slow man.
He is a solid athlete, Zach, that is for sure. Got out in space. He can hurt you that way. Touchdown, Ryan Van Leer, Mattawan Wildcats. Looks like they're back to kick it. The band is excited. They're out there. Everybody here is excited for that score right there. Kick is up. It is good. 14-7. Mattawan leads the Red Arrows.
That'll hype up Mattawan's defense a little bit. Go out there, get a stop, make a good play on special teams, and see if they get the ball right back and drive down. The momentum has been kind of shifting back and forth this game. No one's really held on to it. Mattawan's had some big plays, but Lowell has just seemed to keep creeping back into this game. It's only 1 score. I think if Mattawan gets a stop here, they can take a lot of the energy out of this game.
Yeah, this is not a time, just because you score quickly, this is not a time for the defense to take a break. Get out there and make some plays, help your offense out, and, get a little rest for yourself, get a little water. The Mattawan special teams is out on the field right now. The Red Arrows are back. They have 2 in the backfield. Sophomore Sam Jacob out there doing the kickoff. Oh, it's an onside kick, little trickery. Oh, wow. Wow. Flag on the field. Wow, Troy Scarf, man, talk about some speed, some jets on that kid. He got right there on the onside kick.
That shows a lot of confidence in coach from Mattawan to go ahead and just throw out an onside kick and give Lowell the ball past the 50 right there.
Oh, he's exciting. He likes to bring that from time to time.
Smith wants to make plays right now. He's ready to start the season off strong.
Yeah, he wants that ball back. He wants to put points up on the board. I love when he just tries, that's such a great time to pull an onside kick with 2:55 left in the first quarter. Man, Troy Scarf, though, just right there. Right there.
Think you could beat him in a 40, Lance?
Absolutely not. But, if he gives me a head start, why not?
You run a 25, he'll do the 40.
Give me 10 yards, I got him. Mattawan back on defense. Looks like Rice-Beans back in the shotgun with one to his left, one running back to his left, three receivers right, their sideline. Quarterback keeper gets into the secondary. Looks like it could be about a 15-yard run for Rice Big.
Again, that's a really explosive play for Lowell. That's about a 15-yard gain, but back to what I said, Lance, they made the tackle. They didn't let him take the big play. They don't let him take it to the house. That's huge for Mattawan's defense. I mean, it gives them the opportunity. They already created a fumble already. It's a turnover game right now, and they are leading that 2-0.
Yeah, this is where you just want to get a few stops. You don't want plays like that, but we got 2:30 left in the first quarter. Rice Beak's back in shotgun. There's whistles down on the field. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a break ourselves. We will be right back after this short break.
He was saying that I was quiet. I don't know if I had to get potted up or not when he came out here. I just started talking louder.
Yeah, you're fine.
I like you're the red arrows guy, not Lowell.
No, I'm trying. I keep thinking of, yeah.
It's good though. You run with it.
I think I'm doing pretty decent. I appreciate that, man. All right, we're back. The band is playing. We got 2:31 left in the first quarter. Man, and it's been a good game, 14-7.
That's actually a pretty good time. I can hear you. I like that. Are you guys on right now?
Like I said, 2:31 left in the first quarter. Mattawan's leading Lowell 14-7. We got Rice being back under center, two in the backfield, one receiver, broadcast side. Keeps it himself. Looks like he's going to make a play down the field. Dumps it off to his running back, Brendan Wittenbach, with the catch.
It's a little different change of pace for the Red Arrows right there. Actually rolling their quarterback out instead of doing an automatic run.
Yeah, they got a first down. Looks like we got a player down on the field. He's near his sideline.
Lance, it's interesting for me to see. I think Lowell's come out in 4 or 5 different formations. They're throwing a lot of things at the Wildcats. That might have been a reason for the timeout just recently. Try to rally the troops a little bit on Mattawan's side. They've run a pro set, they've run pistol, they've run trips, they've run the veer. They're throwing everything at Mattawan right now.
The player down on the field walks off on his own power. That's something you love to see. Rice being back under center, talking to his lineman. He has 2 in the backfield, 1 tight end, 1 receiver, opponent side. Hands it back to Gonzalez, who runs it. He's a good, strong runner. He's a north and south runner. Falls down, doesn't fall back. He falls forward every single time.
The carry he's had has been positive, every single one. He's looking around 35 yards right now and about 5 or 6 carries. He's having a good game so far.
It was a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6, a minute 50 left in the first quarter. Rice being hands it off to the fullback, who was brought down. Looks like about a gain of 2 or 3.
I wouldn't be surprised right here after that play, that handoff, the little read option from Risebig, pulling that and actually optioning it back to the running back. That there was no one there. They brought that into their playbook if they already don't have it in their arsenal.
Lowell 3rd and 3 at Mattawan's 15 with a minute 10 left in the first quarter. We got Rice being back in shotgun. Running back to his left, 2 receivers to his left. He's keeping it himself. Gets into the secondary. Gets brought down by 3 Wildcats. Looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short of the end zone. Got a minute and 1 second left.
Looks like we're hurrying up right at the goal line too, Lance.
Got Rice being back under center, 2 in the back. Yep, quarterback keeper. Rice being gets into the end zone, touchdown. It's 14-13, Mattawan up by 1 with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Yeah, that is something you're going to have to stop if you're Mattawan. You know, like you cannot rely on the offense to beat this team.
Honestly, Lance, I can't rave enough about the Gonzalez, their running back. The play before that, Risebig got about 10 yards, got all the way to the 3. He had a phenomenal block out of the left side from the backfield, leading Risebig down the field. It was incredibly impressive. He's a two-way back, Lance.
Kick is up. It is good. Got a little scared for the kicker right there. There was 3 Wildcats in the backfield. Score is 14-14 with 49 seconds left to go. Mattawan's going to get back to return the kick. We're just going to take a short break and hear a word from our sponsors. All right, we're back. Looks like Lowell's getting ready to set to kick. We got Connor Daggett back, set to field the kick. And the kick is up. It is deep. It's hanging high. Connor lets it drop on one bounce. He picks it up. He is met. Breaks one tackler. Breaks a second. Looks like brought down by the third and fourth guy at the 20. He's a solid returner. Last year I kept calling him the Swiss Army knife because we saw him receiver, out in the backfield, returning punts, returning kicks, and the Panther package where he was playing quarterback and actually had a touchdown himself from that position. Connor Daggett. He can do many things.
I'm waiting to see him get some touches on offense, Lance. I think we've only got one rush on him so far. The only type of plays we got to see for him to be explosive was in special teams.
And they've only had 4 plays. Ryan Lear back in pistol, 1 in the back, 3 receivers broadcast side. The ball is snapped. He drops back, eyes downfield, lofts it up to Ryan Kiesling. Kind of looks like he got bunched up with Aiden Fitzpatrick. I still like that shot, though. Ryan Kiesling, he's a big wide receiver. He's a good basketball player, too. I know he can pull down some boards. I think he averaged a double-double last year. I have no idea how I know that, but
it's a good stat. I like that.
He can put his body into people, and he can go up there and get up and get the ball like he's getting a rebound. Mattawan back on offense. Ryan Lear in the pistol. Connor Daggett to his left. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Got a man in motion. Tosses it. Looks like it's going to be a loss for about 4. Connor O'Rourke got that carry. He was a man in motion. Ryan Lear tossed it back. Looks like, again, about a 4-yard loss. 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll see if Mattawan takes another shot downfield. Looks like there was no loss, so they're still 3rd and 10 on their 20.
They got to make some plays here. It's a tie ball game, and there on their end of the field, looks like we might have another timeout by Mattawan.
That is the end of the first quarter. The score is 14-14. Mattawan will return with the ball on 3rd and 10 on their 20. And you're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
I know, they say they can't hear.
So your microphone, don't have it. Like, you want to have it almost like you're chewing on it. Yeah. So like that close. Like, here, put your headphones on. And not just like that. Like, try it like that. Can you still hear us? Okay, I adjusted his mic, so we'll see. Welcome back. This is the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Caprosi with my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. We got Mattawan. They flip sides of the field. They're still in their 20, 3rd and 10. Start of the second quarter.
This is a big play, Lance. This is a really big play. They got to make something happen right here.
Looks like we got Ryan Landveer back in the pistol, one in the backfield. Fakes a handoff, rolls out to his right. There's a flag down on the field. Woo! Great one-handed catch by Connor O'Rourke, a sophomore for the Mattawan. But it looks like there is a holding call down on the field, so that play will be wiped off. But still, great throw by Ryan Landveer where only his man could get it. Fortunately, they're going back a few yards. $11:53 to go in the second quarter. Score is tied 14-14. Mattawan looks to be about 3rd and 15. But hey, it's no problem for Mattawan. We've already seen a few huge plays by them this game so far. So even though they're brought back a little bit,
This play might not just be a get a first down play. It might just be to get a breather for a punt on 4th down, Lance.
got Ryan Landveer back in pistol, one in the back, 4 receivers right. He has the ball, scanning the field, looking downfield. Great catch at the 20 where they originally started this drive. And I think you're right, Zach. You know, just give their kicker, their punter, a little breathing room.
Well, with us already seeing an onside kick, Lance, I would not be surprised if they go for it.
That completion by Ryan Landveer was to Landon Craig, a junior for Mattawan.
Looks like Keeson's on the field. Looks like they're going to punt.
Smart decision by them.
Yeah. I thought with that onside kick already, we'd be going for this 4th down. It's a 4th and 6. It's manageable. But on their side of the 50, with the score being tied, that's rough.
Ooh, the punt looks like it was whiffed just a little bit. It's short, doesn't even go by the 50. The Lowell Red Arrows will have great field position. Got 10:35 left in the second quarter. Score tied 14-14. Looks like the Red Arrows will start in the Wildcat territory at about the 39 yard line, 38-yard line for the Red Arrows.
You know how I talked at the beginning of the broadcast, Lance, about the time of possession, man? Lowell, Mattawan's had big plays. They've had 2 very big plays, one for going almost 80 yards. The other one was the first play of the game going for about 50. But Lowell's been holding on to the ball the whole game.
Yeah, they have had a few mishaps, but yeah, they've been time of possession. They have had the ball. We got Risping back. He hands it off to Gonzalez. Looks like he's going to goes 10, 12, 15 yards down the field before he's brought down by Tucker Rubel, Jr. for the Wildcats. We got 10:30 left to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 on about the 24-yard line, 25-yard line in Mattawan territory.
I'm feeling a quarterback power right here on the left side coming towards us. And oh, nope, we're out of shotgun.
Got Ricebeak back under center, 2 in the backfield. Snaps the ball, hands it to the fullback. Oh, keeps it himself. Yeah, good call. Quarterback keeper right there. Tackle by Cole Bima.
Seems like that's their niche on offense. You know, once when you play a read option type of offense, you keep getting lulled to sleep by them constantly handing it off to the fullback until the one time Ricebeck keeps it, and he's gone for big yardage for those plays.
That's what I'm saying. This offense just chews you out for 2, 3, 4 yards to carry. 2nd and 4 for the Red Arrows on the 19 with 9.5 left to play. Got Rice being back in shotgun. He's going up to the line. Looks like now he's back under center with 2 in the backfield. 2 receivers broadcast side. Hands it off to the fullback. Looks like he might just have gotten the first down.
Nichols with the carry to the Red Arrows.
Might have a 3rd and short.
Jakari Thomas
Yup, it's a 3rd and 1
Wildcats. 3rd and
for the Lowell Red Arrows. We got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield, 1 yard away from a first down. The ball is snapped, handed off to Gonzalez. Looks like he was brought down, but looks like he will get the first down in a few more. Gets the 1st and 10 on the 12. So about a 3-yard gain. We got 8:35 left to play in the second quarter. Scores tied 14-14, but the Red Arrows are right in Wildcat territory, breathing down their necks. We got Rice being back in under center, handing off to the fullback. And the play is he's finally brought down by a gang of Wildcats.
Nichols on the carry to Lowell.
Looks like it was about a 3-yard gain.
This is one of those opportunities that just keep handing it off to fullback until Risebig pulls it out and gets a big chunk of yardage. You just got to be careful watching him.
And as you're watching him make plays, you're just watching the clock and the seconds tick down. 7:50 to play in the second quarter. Got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield. Oh, looks like there's going to be a timeout taken by the Lowell Red Arrows. That signals a break from us. We're going to turn it over to our sponsors. Dude, good call on the quarterback keeper, man. Romo-esque. Really?
Yelling, start being louder.
I have you turned up.
I don't know why. Is that maybe why it's doing it? Because I was so close to it, it's just muffling it?
It does. It will do that, yeah. And we are back. Wow, Red Arrows will take the field offensively. On the Mattawan Wildcats 9, 1st and 7, 7:42 left to play in the second quarter. Got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield. The ball is snapped, slips up. It looks like he's rolling out. It's a completion, and the Red Arrows are in the end zone. Another completion for Ricebeek. Risebig. Just a simple play. A fake handoff to the fullback. He kept it and he rolled out. But the way they've been running the ball, the defense looked like they may have been fooled on that one. Scores 20-14. The Lowell Red Arrows are back to kick it up.
I think it was before we started this broadcast, Lance, they told us that the junior varsity game went for a total of 96 points. And if this keeps up the pace that we're having, we might come close to that today.
The kick is up and it is good, 21-14. The Lowell Red Arrows are beating the Mattawan Wildcats on their home turf. But hey, as we've seen in this game, Mattawan, they can push the ball down the field, whether it's using their legs or using their arm. The only key is they got to get some stops defensively. It doesn't even have to be turnovers. It just has to turnover on downs. That's what we want to see from the Wildcats defense.
It started really positive with them defensively. It just seems like they've lost it. But it wasn't a tackling issue or anything. They were just creating turnovers. But it looks like Lowell has come to the part of their game where they're just going to slow everything down. They're going to do everything their way. They're not going to go anything out of how they play the game of football. They're just going to keep it on the ground because that's what they're showing that they're best at right now.
Lowell gets back and sets up to kick.
I like to see Daggett do something here.
He has a neighbor in the backfield. And the kick is up. It's a line driver back in the end zone. That's just going to be a touchback. I'm actually surprised that they continue to kick it near Daggett because if you have paid attention to this team at all last year, you know he can make plays. And I just feel like he's dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands, especially in space.
Let's see what Aaron Smith's got lined up for this drive. Let's see if we can, I don't know, they haven't had a lot of success recently, so maybe come out with some tricks, maybe move some pieces around a little bit, but they need to create some type of energy. They're starting to lose hang of this game right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot. Having watched an Aerosmith team, this wouldn't surprise me one bit. We got Ryan Lear back in the pistol, 4 receivers, 1 in the backfield. Got the defensive line in motion. The ball is snapped. Ryan Lear, he's back in the pocket, scans, rolls out to his right, is getting pressure, escapes, just lets the ball go before he falls out of bounds.
He's not getting a lot of time in that pocket, Lance. He's getting pressured within 2-3 seconds of that ball getting snapped. I don't know if they want to have a type of play that's designed just to automatically get him out of the pocket, because he's not allowed to really sit back there too often.
No, that is, you're absolutely right. Does not have a lot of time. I feel like, if you are going to throw the ball, you're going to have to get it out quickly. You're just going to have to make your read and then make a play.
Lowell doesn't really, they're rushing pretty hard up the middle, and it seems like the defensive ends are actually containing Van Leer pretty well. But since they're getting so much pressure with 7 or 8 in the box, a screen might be even good with Mattawan to get maybe Dag at the ball and get him out in open space.
Got Ryan Lear back in pistol, 2 receivers. Looks like he has a few more men up front for protection. 1 in the backfield. The ball is snapped. He's looking down the field. He's in trouble. Jump pass just to get the ball out of there before he's brought down. Another play ending with Ryan Van Leer out of bounds.
He's doing all he can, Lance. He's trying out there. No one's getting open. They're actually defending it quite well with as many people in the box. They're just running straight up man-to-man across the board, and they're doing a great job defending Mattawan's athletes.
Yeah, I know they want to put points up on the board, but these quick 3-and-outs, it's only 7:17 left in the second quarter. They started with about 7:45 left on the game clock. Got Mattawan back up on the ball. You got Ryan Lear in pistol, 1 in the backfield, 2 receivers, more men up front. The ball is snapped. There's a flag on the field.
Looks like we might have a false start here, Lance.
Yep, false start. The ball is coming back.
Mattawan is in the same situation they were just in last drive. They shot themselves in the foot once, and then they just did it again. They're not gaining positive yards right now.
No, it looks like they just lost 5, so it'll be 3rd and 10 on the 15. 3rd and 15. Ryan Lear back in pistol, 1 in the backfield, 2 receivers, a few more men up front. The ball is snapped. He drops back. He's getting pressure. He just lets it go. Woo! An almost completion to Ryan Kiesling.
There's your rebound right there. Almost pulled that one down.
I like the shot down the field when they can get it, man. Even though Ryan Lear is facing pressure, I like that he still steps up and lets that ball go. That was a great, it's a great design.
He's been getting hit every pass, Lance. He's trying his best to create a play out there, and it's not working for him right now. Hopefully we get a better punt out of Kiesling on this 4th down. Last one gave Lowell pretty good field position. Hopefully we can push them towards the 50, so see if Mattawan's defense can come through.
Ball snapped. Ryan Kiesling punts the ball. Falls short again. Almost in the, Oh, wow. So the ball it slapped a few Red Arrows' hands, and it looked like a Mattawan Wildcat was there to make a play on the ball. Just missed it. Cleaned up by the Red Arrows. Number 8, Caleb Yotun. So that ball bouncing back actually helped the Mattawan get a little better field position, but the Red Arrows will start the ball on their own 46 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. They're up 21-14. Wildcats are down on defense, communicating with each other. We got the Red Arrows coming up to the ball. We'll see what they run here. We got Rice being back and pistol. Got a man to his right and 3 receivers coach's side. The ball is snapped. He's keeping it himself, making a move up the middle, and he goes about 9 yards before he's brought down. That just looked like a very easy play for the Red Arrows right there.
They've been really loving the quarterback power.
Troy Scarf with the tackle.
Looks like
Along
we
with Connor
might got
Daggett.
an injury out there, Lance.
Yeah, it looks like we have a Lowell Red Arrow down on the field. Coach are out, helping him up.
It looks like Gonzalez. That could not be good for Lowell.
Looks like there's a timeout on the field. That means we're going to take a quick break, and you're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mattawan football boosters and the Mattawan football program would like to congratulate Landon Burkuddy as the Week 1 recipient of the Gritty Kitty Award. Landon, an all-league player last year, has shown improved speed, toughness, and leadership throughout camp, consistently showing grit and determination both on the field and off. Special congratulations to Landon Burkuddy.
Red Arrows are back on the field. Rice being back under center with 1 in the backfield. Ooh, little bubble. Completed and then brought down. Still the first down for the Red Arrows.
It looked like, Lance, that injury, Gonzalez wasn't able to walk off on his own power. That's not good for Lowell. Looked like they brought in Carson Kreis to replace him at running back, number 14. Let's see how well he does. Gonzalez has been kind of carrying, him and Reisbig have been carrying this offense so far, and let's see if they got another back in there that can do the same thing.
Yeah, we'll see how his injury changes the offense, but it looks like it's handed off to Rice being hands it off.
That was number 9. Lixie looks like he might be taking the carries for the rest of this game. There's nothing wrong with having a bunch of athletes on your team, Lance. It's unfortunately, football is a collision sport full of injuries. You never know what's going to happen. It's a next man up mentality.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9 on the 42 with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Rice being back under center, 1 in the backfield, hands it off, keeps it himself actually. Looks like he's just going to get 1 yard shy of the first down.
With the way that Lowell's cooking right now, on the opposite side, or on their side of the 50, they might be looking at 4-down territory right now, not looking to punt at all. This offense is gaining 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards every carry. If they can keep that up, they're unstoppable right now.
Absolutely. We got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield, hands it off to the fullback, and he is going to get that first down and then some. The Lowell Red Arrows will be 1st and 10 on the 32 in Mattawan territory. We got 5:15 left in the second quarter.
First down, Red Arrows from the Wildcat line, 32 yards.
Yeah, I don't know what Mattawan has to do to stop this team. But
This is crucial for Mattawan to get a stop here, because I'm pretty sure that Lowell did get the ball to start the game. So I mean, you want to stop some points right here.
We got Rice being back under center, 1 in the backfield, hands it off, keeps it himself. Getting fooled every time he does that. Looks like he's just going to be shy. Runs it up the right side. Looks like he's going to be shy of the first down.
Reisbig's doing a great job of doing a read option on Mattawan's defensive line right now. They don't really have an answer for him. He's pulling, giving at the right times, and he's really leading that team down the field single-handedly.
Yeah, this is his first start on varsity, and he's making some solid reads and some solid plays. Looks like they got their quarterback for the next 2 seasons. You got Rice being back under Back under center, one in the backfield, 2 receivers broadcast side. Hands it off to his fullback, who's just going to eat. And he's brought down.
Carson Crace, there he is. He's subbing in for Gonzalez and see how well he's already getting positive yards. But they're hurrying up right now, Lance. They might run it right back to Crace.
Rice being back under center. We got Carson Crace in the backfield. He gets the ball. Looks like another first down for the Red Arrows.
No, I don't think we're giving enough credit to Lowell's offensive line right now. They're putting Mattawans on their heels, man. Mattawan has nothing to do to stop them right now. I mean, Mattawan's bringing bodies in and out, trying to keep kids hydrated, keep them ready to go for each down, but Lowell seems to keep pushing them back every single play.
3:30 left to play in the second quarter. Red Arrows up 21-14 in enemy territory. They're on the 14, 2nd and 4. We got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield. The ball is snapped and it's handed back to Crace, and the quarterback keeper. He's going to run it in and get in the end zone. Rice Peak, touchdown.
Mattawan doesn't have an option to stop this man right now. He is a man on a mission, and he knows it.
Well, the defense needs a break, so it's the offensive job to stay out on the field.
Time of possession.
Yes, it's the big thing, time of possession. Just like you said at the beginning of this broadcast, that is something Mattawan needs to get back. Let's just see if they can make a few plays. There's 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Kick is up, and it is good. The Lowell Red Arrows are leading the Mattawan Wildcats 28-14, 3:13 left to play in the second quarter.
See, right now, if I were him, Coach Aerosmith's really got to rally this offense. He's got to talk to him. Everyone puts in a type of 2-minute drill, even in high school, college, pros. Everyone has one. Everyone has a script that they run. They need to sit down. They need to dial up what they want to do on this drive, because they need to get some type of points out of it. Going into half, down 1 score, getting the ball after half would be huge for this team. But right now, it doesn't seem like they're bringing up enough energy to want to be in that position. So as a coach, you want to sit down, calm everyone down, and see if maybe we can come up with something to get some points on the board for this drive. 3 minutes is a lot of time, Lance.
Yeah, and just to remind his team, like, look, the game is not over. You may be down by 2 scores. We got a whole another half to play. But I think, really key for them is just to try to get some completions and try to get some of that momentum back. The Lowell Red Arrows are set back to kick, and the ball is up, and it is a high riser. Looks like they're going to be at the 25. Tucker Rubel with that return, got it to the 25. Haven't really seen him on special teams before. Connor Daggett looked like he was going over to make the ball. He waved him off. Now Mattawan is back on offense. We'll see what they can do.
That's something your back receivers want to do, is call that off so you can catch it on the run and get a better return. It seemed like the middleman was confident enough to take that himself. But this is huge for Mattawan. They got to pull something out here. They got to create some positive energy on offense. Looks like they're going into a different type of offense here too.
Yeah, we got Ryan Lear back in the pistol, 2 backs to the side of him, 1 in the backfield, and yeah, looks like they're going to get another. Looks like they got a yard right there. Connor Daggett with his second touch out of the backfield, gained a yard for the Wildcats.
That might be what Aerosmith wants to do. If we can't get our quarterback out in space to make some plays, let's just try to run it right at you. We got the athletes to do it. Let's see if we can push them off the line.
Got 2:40 left to play in the second quarter. Ryan Veer back in pistol. He has 2 backs to the sides of him, 1 in the back, 1 behind him. Hands it off to, look at that, another little end around or a sweep. Get into the outside. Looks like it's about a gain of 7 or 8 right there. Gain of 3.
I'm liking this loaded pistol formation that they have here for the Wildcats. They're going to finally slow this game down and get it in their favor, instead of all these drives that are just 3 incomplete passes or short passes and then a punt. Let's see if they can hold onto this ball, drive down and get some points up, and then go into half.
It's carried by Wyatt Hicks, the junior for Wildcats. Another little jumbo pistol set. Handed it back. Oh, keeper. Ryan Van Leer faked the handoff to Wyatt Hicks and kept himself, ran up the middle, gets the first down. We got a minute 50 left to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 on the 39 for the Wildcats. And, you know, if they can get this ground game going, this will open the door for a little bit of play action. And we've seen how big or how explosive they can be throwing the ball. So let's just add another wrinkle to the offense, and the running game will help them do that. Ryan Lear hands it off to Connor Daggett, looks to get about a 5-yard gain. And that's a key, too, running it to the outside.
Yep, and I was just actually going to bring up, see how well Coach manages timeouts. Look like he took one. We got one more left.
Looks like there's a timeout by Mattawan. We got a minute 27 left in the second quarter. We're just going to keep it right here. It's a great day to talk on the mics about some beautiful high school football. Love it here, right?
This is amazing, man. Overcast, had a little bit of precipitation at the beginning of the game. It went away. This is beautiful weather for football. Maybe a little humid, but I'd ask for humidity over rain every single day. I was a receiver, man. I didn't want the ball wet. I wanted that thing slinging all over the place, making plays. But with Mattawan right now, it looks like this might be Coach's new form of a game plan. But unfortunately, we're going to be running into a time restriction with a minute 27 left. I think they can pull something off here. I'm not sure if they got anyone to kick any field goals, but with running this pistol set, they are going to burn a lot of clock.
You do have a kicker, Sam Jacobs, sophomore. Saw him make a few last year. Ryan Lear takes the snap, hands it off to Connor Daggett, who's patient in the backfield. Unfortunately, he's met by a few red arrows. Brought down for a loss of 2.
I think Mattawan needs to show a little bit more sense of urgency right here with time just ticking away on them. We got, 3rd and 8?
3rd and 8 on the 41 with a minute 5 left to go in the second quarter. Got Ryan Lear back in pistol. 2 running backs to his left and right, one in the back, one behind him. Fakes to Connor Daggett, rolls out to his right, looks down the field, just throws it up. Wow. Completion, flag on the field. Looks like there's a little interference, doesn't matter. Ryan Kiesling pulls it down, and they are at the 29.
That's a rebound.
That was a rebound.
That's what it was. He used his body, boxed him out, went up and made the catch. That was beautiful. Even if he wouldn't have made the catch. Pass interference. That was awesome.
You have to love that being a big receiver.
Oh, my God. That's all I did, man, was go up and get the football. I wasn't fast. I running like a giraffe out there, man. I just went up and met the ball at its highest point and pulled it down. That was my job. Watching Kiesling do that was a work of art.
I just like the way Ryan Van Leer, even though the play was breaking down and he was feeling some pressure, just being able to roll out to his right and keep his eyes down the field. Great completion from Ryan Van Leer. Better catch by Ryan Kiesling. And yeah, they are in enemy territory right now. 1st and 10, 45 left to go. Score 28-14 in favor of Lowell. Ryan Lear back in pistol. Hands it off to Connor Daggett, who gets a little space, makes a move. Only had one man to beat, grabs him by the ankle and brings him down. 40 seconds left in the second quarter.
Coach still has a timeout, but the clock does stop on a first down.
1st and 10, 17 yards to go, 40 seconds left. Ryan Lear back in pistol, hands it off to Connor Daggett, makes a read in by the linebackers, makes another 7-yard run right there. We have 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Mattawan takes a timeout. We're going to take a quick little break ourselves. You are listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. How much I've played these things, but sweet. This is fun, dude. And we're back at Wildcats Stadium. We have 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Looks like about 9 yards to go for the Wildcats. They have been rolling since they decided to churn the ball to the running backs. We've seen a couple huge plays from Connor Daggett. Ryan Van Leer had a nice completion to Ryan Kiesling to bring them into enemy territory. And then the junior, Wyatt Hicks, getting in on the action himself.
What are you thinking, Lance? Where are we going right here? Second and short.
I'm going to go ahead and say you're going to see another handoff. Ryan Veer in the pistol. He has two backs to the right and left, one behind him, two receivers. Ball is snapped. Oh, he fumbles it a little bit, picks it back up and runs into pressure. Gets brought down by at the 20.
They're going to need to hurry up, Lance. They don't have any more timeouts left.
See Ryan Van Leer down on the field, motioning to his coach. Let's get it down and let's get up and let's make a play. 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Ryan Veer back in pistol. The ball is snapped. He looks down the field, just throws it up to his big man. Ryan Kiesling, touchdown right there. Great throw by Ryan Veer. Finds his big man in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown with 2 seconds left in the second quarter. 28-20. Looks like the Wildcats are going to bring their special teams out.
That's the drive they needed. Absolutely what they needed. Coach did a good thing by switching up the offense, going to a different little power set for them, get him out, because he hasn't been able to find any openings running around. So going into just a run-heavy offense with a little bit of play action, that's working out really good for Mattawan.
The kick is up, and it is good. Score 28-21. The Lowell Red Arrows are beating the Mattawan Wildcats. We got 2 seconds till halftime. You're going to hear from a few of our sponsors. Zach and I will talk about the first half, and then we're going to turn it over to This Week in High School Sports. Yeah, this is one heck of a game so far. 28-21. It's been exciting. Like, I've stood up this entire time and not have once thought about sitting down. That's how exciting I have been for this game. 2 seconds left. Great play. I love that he's going back to Ryan Kiesling. The guy has made big catch after big catch in this game.
That drive was all him.
Absolutely.
He scored a touchdown with 2 seconds left in the half, and then he was the one that converted the 4th and long. He's really coming up big for them.
I like that Ryan Van Leer is putting the ball where only his guy can catch it. And I love, too, that he knows how to create space between him and the defender. He's not the fastest guy in the field, but he does know how to create space. That goes back to him playing basketball. I'm just saying, he knows how to create space in the post. He's bringing it here to the football field.
I'm going to have to go and check him out on the court. You're talking about these rebounds. I got to go see what this kid can put up. But, hey, half's not over. Still need to convert on special teams. Should be a squib kick.
The ball is up, and it is squibbed. It's at the 30, bounces, touches hands, and the time hits 0. He's making some plays. Brought down by the Wildcats at the 30, and that is halftime for us. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back, and then we're going to hear from This Week in High School Sports.
How long are these ads?
The band was like coming in the end.
No, it's all good.
How's things?
Oh, it's great, man. It's my first time doing play-by-play. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. I was wondering if you see it. Did I see the shop closed?
Yeah, we closed, and then me and Mario, we've set up a space at my mom's salon.
Okay. So when will that be?
Oh, where's it at? 1224 West Milam.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you wanted to take my number down or anything, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
Yeah, that'd be good, because I went to that bougie place downtown and they did fine, but I like working with guys I know.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I'm just going to text you. What's your number?
269-366-0933.
Awesome. I was just going to say Bill. I will text you when you're here.
Sounds good,
awesome.
man.
Have fun.
Yes, you too. What? turn it over to This Week in High School Sports, then we'll come on. So if you need to go to the bathroom or anything.
I'm gonna eat some of this food, to be honest. You need a drink?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Mattawan High School Marching Band. The Mattawan Marching Band is proud to present their 2022 program in shining armor.
These include King Arthur's theme and Unstoppable. Drum major, Royal Winter, Larry DeKay, Tyler Martinez, and Madison Pratt. Is the band ready? Mattawan High School Marching Band, you may take the field. fight song.
Do something about watching him in the second half.
No, absolutely. The thing I like about Ryan, I'm going to switch it over because I know you're talking about Kiesling. The thing I like about Ryan Van Leer is that, yes, he is targeting Ryan Kiesling, especially for those big plays, but I like that he can spread the ball around. He has a lot of trust in all the other receivers. If you had watched this team last year, any time that kid had gotten into trouble, meaning, pressure coming his way, he would just take off and run and try to do it himself. Tried to play hero ball a lot last year. So there's been a lot of growth from him. And really, this is the first year that Aerosmith, since he's been here in Mattawan, has had a quarterback for 2 straight years because he's had to deal with injuries his first few years here.
Speaking of injuries, I haven't seen back Gonzalez from Lowell. He might be done for the rest of the game. He was having a great first half for them, all positive rushes. He's been substituted very well by Lowell, but Reisbig's really been taking all of the carries for Lowell since then.
Yeah, their game plan is just, we were talking about it during the broadcast. It's 2, 3, 4 yards a carry, and then, quarterback keeper fakes it to the fullback, and he just keeps it himself and makes a big play. That, that's the offense, though. That's the Veer offense right there. It's a offense designed to, once you get a lead, you're going to keep that time of possession.
Yeah, Lowell hasn't really showed any offense in the air, and they're committed to that ground game, and it's working out well. They're up 7 going into halftime, so I think they're going to continue what they're doing. I'm very surprised that Aerosmith switch up to a loaded pistol backfield with 2 tights. I think they're why would you run away from that? You need to keep that, and especially if they have Kiesling as a tight end, you can always release him whenever you want. But that gives Daggett the opportunity to make plays in space. He's going to get the ball in his hand. The junior as well. He's been getting carries just as sweeps around the end. Van Leer gets the opportunity to keep the ball as he pleases and make plays himself. So if you have that 3-headed monster in the backfield, you really don't know who's going to get it. You just know it's coming right at your face.
Yep. And the nice thing, too, is when you see, the Red Arrows and their defense, they are loading that box up. So what favored Mattawan, especially in that final 3-minute drive for them before they put up 7, was that they were able to get out to the outside. Aerosmith had talked about this in the pregame interview, how they have much better athletes this year than they did last year, and it is shown on that drive right there. But they just need to continue to get out to the outside because having a strong run game, especially in this offense, it opens up so much more. Opens up play action, opens up some of those shots deep down the field, which we saw 2 of them to Ryan Kiesling, which ended in a touchdown.
Yeah, it was amazing. I like where they're headed with this offense for the rest of this game. Like I said, the 3-headed monster gives them the opportunity to consistently make plays, and it looks like Mattawan's actually matching the energy up front. Their offensive line's getting a push, which will actually help their defense as well. Maybe rally the troops a little bit better, give them an opportunity to actually play some smash mouth football, which is what we like to see. I mean, both sides are going to start running the ball. Maybe in the second half we're looking at maybe two or three more touchdowns apiece because they're going to drag this clock out for the rest of the game.
Oh man, I am excited for a high-scoring game. We got a total of 49 points on the board this week. That's amazing for a first game of the season. this offense is just, both offenses are doing really well. But what do you want to see from Mattawan's defense going into the second half?
Consistency. They're making tackles. They're doing a great job. But like we talked about already, they're letting up little chunks. They're not letting up the big plays. They're not letting Risebig get out and make those 20-yard runs. They're sticking to the 8 yards, the 10 yards, which is, it's being a killer to them. And as long as they can maybe get to these guys, instead of, they're not going to force them to a 3 and out. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. But if they can slowly slow this offense down, maybe let them each drive within 20 yards and then finally get a stop, or a turnover. They forced Lowell to 2 turnovers their first 2 possessions. We haven't seen anything since those first 2 drives.
What I want to see, I really want to see them try to contain the quarterback and force him to use his arm. We've only seen, I think, about 3 or 4 passes from him, 2 completions, but they were all short throws. Like, I want Mattawan to put him in a position where, hey, we know you can beat us with your legs. Let's see you try to beat us with your arm.
Correct.
That's what I want to see.
No, I like that. And the thing is, too, is how you want to game plan this guy for Lowell is their offense is, it's honestly, it's not complicated. You're running a dive. You're running a dive, and if the D tackle takes the dive, you're keeping. It's all it is. It needs to be an in the trenches type of stop for Mattawan. The defensive linemen need to understand what's going on and support, and the linebackers need to support that. As say Reisig hands off the ball, the linebackers need to be there to stop the quarterback on that run. So maybe bringing up your linebackers another yard or 2 to be there for that run, that might help a little bit, but I don't see Lowell changing, so I hope Mattawan adapts to what they're doing.
Yeah, and another thing I want to see from this defense is try to punch the ball out. Get some active hands. Last year, I'm going back, I know they have players from last year's team on this year's team. They're returning 19 seniors. Try to punch the ball. I saw that a lot last year. That's how they were able to create turnovers and get that ball on the ground. That is something I want to see. If you can't bring him down, man, try to get the ball from him.
Yep.
Just active hands. But we're going to take a quick break. You are listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. Well, you can't complain about the commercials being played. So. In the booth with me is my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. You are listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. A few seconds, about 3 minutes left before the game will continue. Got both teams out on the field warming up. It's a great, as we've already said earlier, it's a great day for high school football. We got some of the big lights coming on right now. Just all of it's right down on the field. It's a great place to be. Man, love high school sports.
Yeah, and for a Thursday night, we got a great turnout here, Lance. Even from the away crowd, got a decent amount of people traveling all the way from Lowell.
And, you know, what I love about this crowd is they like to make noise. Before we went on I'm not saying I love the booze, but it's nice to see a crowd get into the game like they have been here at Wildcat Stadium.
I like to see how Coach in that last big drive from Aerosmith, how he went to that loaded pistol formation. I think what he kind of identified, Lance, was the fact that Lowell, no matter what Mattawan was doing, whether spreading out to trips, doubles, and that regular pistol formation with no tight ends, Lowell wasn't changing anything on the defensive side. They were still stacking 7 to 8 in the box no matter what, saying that our athletes are better than your athletes on the outside. We're going to man-to-man you. And that's why we had Mattawan's quarterback running for his life most of the time. It's not that Mattawan couldn't block their interior. It's they were outnumbered in their interior. So the fact that Coach Aerosmith now is loading it up with Lowell, I think we're just going to see head-to-head football and see who wants to win this game in the trenches.
Yeah, and it's nice because you got 4 athletes in the backfield and counting Ryan Van Lear. Great light show from across the broadcast booth. I love when fans get into games like they are. But the nice thing about what the Mattawan Wildcats can do in terms of running the ball, they got 4 different types of athletes. They got Connor Daggett. He's kind of the Swiss Army knife. He can catch. He can run to the outside. You got Wyatt Hicks. It looks like he can get to the outside. Ryan Van Leer, he's the quarterback, but he can beat you with his feet. Then you got Cole Bima, who's more of a power back, and I've seen him plenty of times the last 2 years get the ball and just fight for some tough yards. So when they're going in that jumbo pistol, you don't know what they're going to hit you with.
Nope. And that's the thing is I feel like all backs, including the quarterback, can make blocks. So whether he's handing it off, he might be leading the way just with everyone else after handing that ball off. And you also got to be really aware of that play action. Once they're bunching everybody up in the middle of the field, you got Kiesling going over top. Like you said, not the fastest athlete, but his vert is saving him right now, making those great catches and catching the ball at the high point.
It pays to be a multi-sport athlete. We're seeing it from him, being able to create space, not being the most athletic guy on the field, but still being able to make plays.
Being like 6'4", 6'5" also helps you out, Lance.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, you're what, 5'6"?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
You weren't out there high pointing passes, were you?
I mean, I could get up for sure.
Yeah?
But, yeah.
I'm going to have you race Kiesling, and let's see if you can defend him as a DB out there.
All right,
I'll put my money on you. I got you.
I'm willing to take the challenge. I don't like to back down. Looks like we're about to get this started. It looks like the Lowell Red Arrows are going to kick off to the Mattawan Wildcats, who deferred earlier in the game.
I'm really curious how Aerosmith's going to attack this.
Yeah, we got Connor Daggett and Connor O'Rourke on special teams looking to return the kick.
This is when you get the chills, Lance, when you're down there playing second half football, the lights are on, everyone's ready for a big finale, and we're going to have one today.
The kick is up. Looks like we're going to be returned by Connor O'Rourke, who gets to the outside. Got some blocking in front of him. He's at the 35, the 40. Gets brought down at about the 44. Great run by Connor O'Rourke. Great blocking up front. Great special teams play right there.
There's your athletes right there, Lance.
Doesn't matter who you kick it to, Connor Daggett or his neighbor, they can make plays. First and 10 on the 43, 11:52 in the third quarter. Got Mattawan starting on offense.
What do you think Aerosmith's message was at halftime, Lance?
Put your foot on the pedal and let's get going.
Look at that loaded pistol right out the gate.
The loaded pistol. Ryan Van Leer back, snaps the ball, hands it off to Connor Daggett. He's getting to the outside, couple blocks, one man to beat, gets about a yard on the run. A few more of those, Ryan Van Leer is going to be able to keep the ball himself and
Correct.
make the play.
Yep.
And I think that's what Aerosmith is really trying to set up, is just, he really wants to try to fake this defense out. Looks like they're going back to the loaded pistol. Ryan Van Leer takes the snap, fakes a handoff, keeps himself, rolls out, throws it just out of bounds.
Not sure if that was a pass, Lance. I think that was just an escape, toss out of bounds, and
That's a play to live to play another game.
yeah.
That's all that is. I don't want to lose yards. I don't really care if I gain any right now. We're just going to let the ball go and see where it ends up.
The only thing that worried me on that was offensive lineman downfield, because that was a designed run play, but it didn't seem like anyone were past the 4-yard mark for that penalty.
We got Ryan Van Leer back in pistol, no longer in the loaded set. Gets the ball snapped to him, fakes to Connor Daggett, rolls out, gets pressure, and is brought down about 18 yards behind where the ball was snapped. There's a flag on the field. Looked like they started off at the 45, and looks like he got brought down at the 28, 29.
Yeah, we got a holding on Mattawan that's easily declined for a punt now by Kiesling.
4th and 9 at the 31 with 11:07 to go in the third quarter. Kieslin's back, getting ready to punt to the Red Arrows. We'll see if he's able to get this off cleanly. Oh, we got a movement up front from the Red Arrows. Flags are thrown. There's some laundry down on the field.
Looks like I got a false start on Mattawan. We're going backwards again. We can't be going backwards, Lance.
Ryan Kiesley back, getting ready to punt this ball away. Flag down on the field as the punt goes up in the air. Making some moves, getting across to his own sideline. It was about 10 yards, but only gains about 2.
Connor Lixie coming up limping after that one. They're just running through running backs over at Lowell with injuries. Hopefully he's all right.
We got 10:36 left in the third quarter. Score 28-21 favors the Lowell Red Arrows. Looks like they're going to start on about the 45. I knew every call from the refs.
We got to invest in a microphone for them so they can tell us what's going on.
Or at least have someone up here telling us. I'm okay with someone passing me notes. It's fine. I just want to sound smart. That's what good writing's for. Makes people like me sound good.
Oh, just reading scripts?
Yeah. You might be amazed that none of these thoughts are my own. It's all in front of me.
I don't think that's how the bigwigs do it there. Not reading prompts for play-by-plays. That would be awesome, though.
No, that's how Tony Romo gets all the right calls.
Is that it? Yeah.
All sports are scripted. Come on now, Zach.
Are we? I think we might be punting again.
You are right. Kiesling is back to punt the ball.
Getting like a 4th and 25 right now for this punt.
It happens. The ball is snapped, it's back, and it's up. It's a better kick from Kiesling. The last two that we've seen have been kind of whiffed a little bit. The Red Arrows catch the ball on their own 40.
Got more laundry on the field.
Another flag.
Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct on Lowell.
Get a few of those as the season goes on. Up, they're brought back to the 25 in their own territory.
This might have been the longest play in high school football history.
No, it happened last year. I promise you that.
We could go for one more flag.
Looks like Lowell's going to start it on their own 25. Got 10:22 left in the third quarter. Got Ricebig back. Looks like he's in the pistol. Going back under center. 2 receivers broadcast side. Empty backfield, though. Oh, no. Ricebig is under center. He has 1 in the backfield. Hands it off to his fullback, who gets about 8 on the play. Another strong run.
Carson Crace. Gonzalez going out. Carson Crace isn't missing a beat on this.
That's what they say. Next man up. Got Ricebig back under center. Got 1 in the backfield. Timeout, Mattawan. That means there's a timeout for us as well. We will be right back after this short message. And we're back. This is the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Caprosi with my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. Had a few things to figure out right there. Looks like the Red Arrows are 2nd and 1, 9:58 to play. The ball is snapped, handed off to Crace. Looks like he's going to get the first down and a few more. Just another strong run from the Red Arrows. They know how to run this offense. It doesn't matter who's in the backfield. They know how to run it. But it looks like they're going hurry up right now. We got Rice Peak back under center, one in the backfield. He stands up, scans, looks over something. The ball is snapped. He hands it back off to his running back, who gets another 2-3 yards. Just these short, quick gains.
There are a lot of quick hitters from the fullback. From Crace, I mean, your fullback's only lining 2 yards off the quarterback. With one step, you're already at the line of scrimmage from him. So I don't know what Mattawan's going to do to make adjustments to this.
You got to get that first push on the offense line. You can't let them push you first. But they have some. Lowell has some big kids up front. Looks like they got Rice Big back under center, 2 in the backfield. Got a man in motion. Looks like they're going to hand it back off to Crace. Gets a little to the outside. Gets hit at the 1, but drags his guy about 4 yards. Cole Bima with the tackle.
That was actually Gonzalez with a carry. It looks like he's back for the second half, Lance.
3rd and 4 on the 46, 8:30 left to play. Got Rice Peak back under center, 2 in the backfield, and I think you're right, it is Gonzalez. The ball is snapped, they hand it off to the fullback. He runs right up the middle. Looks like he is right on that first down line. That push they are getting up front it is too much for this Mattawan Wildcats defensive line.
Another first down.
1st and 10 on the 46, 8:15 left to play in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like the Lowell Red Arrows, they are rolling. Same thing that we've been talking about all night. Rice Peak back under center, 2 in the backfield. 1 man out right, opponent's side. He keeps it himself. He looks down the field. Short completion to the fullback or the tight end. He gets the first down, and then about 7 or 8. That's another completion for Rice Peak. He won't hurt you deep. He'll just hurt you short over the middle or to the outside in the flats. That's what he did right there.
Yeah,
another short game.
Yeah, they lulled you asleep again with the play action and throwing out to Marshall Van Wagner's second catch. His first one went for a touchdown for about 5 to 7 yards. So he's in the game. They got a game plan for him then.
Rice being keeps it himself, runs it up the middle again, and he is brought down at about the 8-yard line. Be 2nd and 4 on the 35. We got the Lowell Red Arrows. They are heading left. Another handoff to the fullback. There's a flag on the field as well.
Looks like we might have had too many on the field for Mattawan. Have an early exit off the sideline. Rice Big's really controlling this game. It's impressive. Say he's a junior?
Yep, he's a junior.
He's
this
a
is
junior.
His first start, too, on varsity.
Oh, he's making a name for himself.
Hey, you don't have to have the best arm. You just have to know how to manage the game when you're running this type of offense. You got to be willing to gut it out at quarterback, knowing that you're going to take a few hits because you're going to have to run the ball a lot.
Oh, he's taking some hits today.
Got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield. Hands it off to Gonzalez, who runs it up, goes about 8 yards being untouched, and it looks like he's going to fall in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Arrows. Got 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Gonzalez back after a first half injury with more positive yards on a rush. That looked to be about 20-yard rush for a score. That's his 2nd touchdown for the day.
And, I mean, he did go about 8 yards not being touched. that offensive line can create some space. I could have made that touchdown.
I think you could have.
Yeah, I think I could have too. They're back to set to kick. The kick is up, and it is. Looks good from here. Score is 35-21. The Lowell Red Arrows are beating the Mattawan Wildcats here at Wildcat Stadium in Mattawan, Michigan.
Looks like they're in the same hole that they created before halftime, Lance. 2 scores. Got to create something positive on the offensive side.
You gotta let your defense get a break. You gotta keep your offense out there. I like the loaded set, the loaded pistol that they were going with. Hopefully they go back to it because that was able to create some different looks for them. They were able to get the ground game going.
I think one of the issues, when they started that drive, that was a 3 and out before all the penalties occurred. But they started out with a rush that was only 1 to 2 yards, and then they went into 2 straight passes. I feel like they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit by trying to throw the ball. I think they should stick to the run game a little bit more, just like Lowell's committed to it as well.
Yeah, give the ball to your best athletes, and one of them happens to be Connor Daggett in the backfield. Get him to the outside. The kick is up. Looks like it's going to Tucker Rubel, who gets a few yards and gets hit out of bounds. We got 6:54 left in the third quarter, 1st and 10. Looks like the Wildcats are going to start on their own 32-33.
Looks like Rubel is still down on the sideline.
Yeah, he's keeping his leg in the air. Usually when you see that, it might be a cramp. I don't want to speculate too much, but...
You're a doctor now, Lance. You're the doctor, team doctor. We're cramping up over there.
I do not want that rule at all. I like being up here in the broadcast booth.
All right,
It's more my
Mattawan.
speed.
Let's see what we're. Oh, we might be going back to a spread look. The Wildcats.
Got 4 out. Ryan Van Leer, quarterback, in the pistol. Connor Daggett shares the backfield with him. He drops back, scans the field. Short incompletion right there. He was looking for Connor O'Rourke, the sophomore. He's made a few plays. It was a good look. Just got to get that communication right.
I think they're trying to make some quick passes to the outside to avoid pressure on the quarterback, which is smart, but they got to complete them. That could have been a 6-yard gain instead of now a 2nd and 10. You'd be looking at a 2nd and 4 where you have more to work with for a run pass option.
3 receivers, 2 opponent side, 1 broadcast side. Ryan Van Leer in the pistol. They're heading right. Hands off to Connor. Fake handoff to Connor. Looks like a little play action. Another incompletion for Ryan Landveer. Looked like it was intended for Braden Yeager.
They're looking at another long 3rd down, Lance.
I'd like that shot downfield, though. He had his man beat. Just the pass was a little off. 6:44 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Lowell Red Arrows are winning 35-21 here at Mattawan, Michigan, in Wildcat Stadium. The Wildcats back on offense. Ryan Van Leer in the pistol. 4 wide receivers. Connor Daggett shares the backfield with them. Ball is snapped. He drops back, gets some good protection, steps up, keeps the ball himself. Looks like he's going to get about to the 5-yard line right there.
This might be a go-for-it scenario, Lance.
Looks like he was about 7 yards. Fourth down. Looks like the offense is staying out on the field. 4th and 3 at the 40. 6:36 left to go in the 3rd quarter. They're going for it. Well, I know that Aerosmith sometimes will show like he's going for it, just try to draw a guy off sides. We'll see if that's one of these situations here. Ryan Van Leer takes the snap, drops back, rifles it over into the hands of Connor O'Rourke. It was right in his hands, and he let it go.
Just a couple missed opportunities on that drive. They had the right mindset with the play calls there, with the short passes, and then they kept in Dag to protect the quarterback, but unfortunately misfired on 2 of the passes. They had the right mindset on those plays. It just they didn't execute them.
No, there were some good looks, as you were saying. Fell right there. Pass was a little off, but if it's catchable, you got to get your hands on it and bring it in. Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield, 1 man out to his right. Hands it off to Gonzalez, who hurdles over the defense. Looks like he's going to get about a 4-yard gain.
Gonzalez on the carry for Lowell. The Wildcats stopped by 23 Lane Holmes.
Do you think you could have ran through that hole, Lance?
No, not that one.
No, you can't hurdle over the offensive line.
Dude, I'm running maybe about 5 yards.
I
before
think
get tired.
you could hurdle it, honestly.
Be lucky to get over a credit card now. Got Rice being back under center, hands it off to the fullback. Runs it up the middle, gets met by a few Wildcats who bring him down. Risebig with the keeper. I'm getting fooled up here in the booth.
Getting fooled?
Yeah, it looks like he keeps handing off to the fullback. And
You're getting fooled. The defense is getting fooled.
well, that's why I'm an offensive guy.
Yeah, offensive minded.
We got 5:30 left in the third quarter. Lowell is beating Mattawan 35-21. It's 3rd and 6 on their own 36. Ricebeak back under center, 2 in the backfield. Hands it off to Gonzalez, who makes a move, makes a man miss, gets fighting despite 2 men trying to bring him down, gets the first down and then some. Another first down for the Red Arrows. Gonzalez is running the ball hard, finds a little bit of space, and he just takes off. He hits those holes hard.
From Gonzalez to Crace to Risebig. You don't. All of them are successful tonight. There is no wrong answer to them.
I could be wrong, but I feel like every carry for the Red Arrows tonight has netted them positive yards. I cannot think of a time where they were brought back down behind the backfield. But it's just the interior of this defensive line that is just getting eaten up. And this offensive line is containing the outside as well. We got Ricebeak back under center, 2 in the backfield. He's going to keep it himself. He has 2 blockers up in front, makes a move, gets about 3 before he's brought down. Another solid run from the quarterback. Wyatt Hicks making the tackle. We got 4:20 left in the third quarter. Ricebeak back under center, 2 in the backfield. Snaps the ball, hands it, keeps it himself. It looks like he got brought down for a loss. Would be the first.
That's the
one all
first
game.
loss. There you go. You talked about it. That's what it was.
Wyatt Hicks making another play on defense. You're hearing his name over the crowd mic. Making a name for himself tonight, week 1 of Mattawan's regular season.
I think Lowell still got 2 more downs for this. I'm not seeing them attempt a field goal.
3rd and 7 at their own 25, 3:35 left in the third quarter. We got Ricebeak back in shotgun. He's going to keep it himself, make some move, getting tackled, brought down right on the first down line. Brought down short, 4th and 1.
And they're going to hurry this up right now. I can almost tell you where it's going, fullback.
You got Ricebeak back in shotgun. Two guys back to his right. He keeps it himself, makes a move, gets wrapped up in the backfield, breaks the tackle, gets about 3 for the first down. First and 10 on the 19 for the Red Arrows, breathing down the necks of the Mattawan Wildcats. We'll see what they do. Do they punch it in, or does Wildcats, do they man up and get a stop here on defense?
They need more of those tackles for loss, Lance. We've seen 1, 2, maybe 1 or 2, at least 1. the defensive line just getting eaten up right now.
Telling you, punch that ball out. We got Rice being back under center. Keeps it himself, rolls out to his right. Looks like he was about to be brought down, evades the pressure. Then he gets brought down. Looks like to be about a loss of 3 or 4. Great play by the Wildcats right there. Just create that pressure.
I'm surprised they even went play action on that instead of kept running it. They started from the 40 and ran all the way down to the 20-yard line and tried to implement a play action pass when all their success has been on the ground.
But we've seen them when they seem to be inside the 30, they like to try to go through the air a little bit. So maybe that just seems to be the game plan.
Yeah, Von Wagner might have another reception around here. He's been known to grab him near the goal line.
Looks like we got Rice being back under center, 2 in the backfield, going back to a formation we've seen quite often tonight. Hands it back to Gonzalez, who makes a move up the middle, gets brought down, looks like after a gain of 5.
Man, Lowell is eating up this whole third quarter.
Yeah, I think they started this drive at 6:44, and we're at 1:20. But they're 3rd and 8 on the 14. We got Rice being back in. Looks like he's going back under center. 2 in the backfield. The ball snapped. He drops back. He looks for. Looks like it's Lixie who gets the catch, and he's bringing it all the way into the end zone. 14-yard gain into the end zone. Touchdown, the Lowell Red Arrows. 41-21. 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They're bringing out the special teams. We've seen it time and time again. They like to go in the air when they're inside about the 30 or even really inside the 20. Lixie, though, wow, great catch, great throw by Respig, and man, he knows the strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
as a quarterback.
Of course, and it's nice to see Lixie get involved in the offense right there. He's kind of been a mystery all game, and he's an athlete for Lowell, so it's nice to see him get involved late in this third quarter.
Kick is up. It is good. Score 42-21. Red Arrows are beating the Wildcats here in Mattawan, Michigan. This is week 1 of the regular season. 42-21, 57 seconds to go. The special teams are walking right out on the field. You got Connor Daggett. You got Connor O'Rourke in the back deep looking to field the ball.
I'm not seeing a lot of positive energy from the Mattawan side, Lance. It's only a 3-score game. You have a whole nother quarter to make some plays. This game is far from over. I've seen games 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns down a quarter, and teams have come back. So, I mean, the opportunities here, you have to make plays. I don't know what happened from the first quarter where they were scoring 80-yard runs, 60-yard passes, and now we have nothing from them. I don't know what has changed from the first and second quarter.
The ball topples over again. It's twice now for the Red Arrows. 3 times. He's got to get the ball in the best position to kick it.
The over-under is 5.5.
The ball is upright. Steps into it and boots the kick down the field to high one. Lands in Connor Daggett's hands. He runs to the opposite side of the field, back to the middle, beats a man, beats another man. Oh, he has space. Made about 4 guys miss before he's brought down at the 45.
We might have a holding comeback on this one, Lance. There was a reason he got through the way he did right there. I feel like penalties have been hurting him, Mattawan, as well.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it too much just because the score was close.
Yeah.
But you're right. There has been a lot of flags thrown on the field in Mattawan's favor. Well, not really their favor, but on their side. The refs are down on the field discussing what the call is.
Not sure if it was more of a tackle or a hold, Lance. Either way, it's still called the same. It was a good return.
Oh, solid. Holding against Mattawan. Means Connor Daggett's return is wiped away. Be 1st and 10. Looks like it's going to be back on the Mattawan's 35. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Score 42-21. Wildcats down by 3 touchdowns. But they do not need a lot of time. Got Ryan Landveer back in pistol. 4 wide, 2 each to his side, 1 in the backfield. Red Arrows are loading up that box, looking to create some havoc. Ball is snapped and quickly thrown out to Connor Daggett, who is in space, but looks like someone reached up out of the turf and grabbed his foot and brought him down.
Hey, turf monster will get you every once in a while.
That was Wyatt Hicks on the catch. You got 25 seconds left in the third quarter. 2nd and 9 on the 36. Back in that pistol. 3 receivers, broadcast side. Mattawan going to the right. 1 in the backfield. A little bubble screen action to Ryan Kiesling. The ball is complete. It looks like they got about 2 or 3 on that. And that is triple zeros up on the clock. The score is 42-21. The Lowell Red Arrows are winning here in Mattawan. You're listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Caprosi, joining the booth by my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. It's been a fun game. Not really the outcome a lot of people here would expect, but got a whole nother fourth quarter to
Well,
play.
the first half, I mean, it had high expectations for both teams to keep putting points up on the board, but it seems as Mattawan just haven't been able to keep that energy and that motivation going into the second half. That drive that they had before halftime was incredibly impressive. I thought the energy was going to get moved into halftime, come back out, and their first drive was going to go down and make it a tie ball game. But unfortunately, with a couple miscues on offense, passes that were, I wouldn't say close to the receivers, and a drop made it impossible for them to drive down the field.
I guess, I'm just speculating here, but I think one of the issues with Mattawan is that they have so many different sets and formations they can play with. We saw the pistol a lot. We've seen them spread it out. We've seen them in shotgun, under center, a loaded pistol as well. It's just, maybe sometimes it can just be too much where the team, they can't really just focus on one thing and to really nail it down. But anyways, we're back in action. 3rd and 6 on the 39. Mattawan changed sides of the field, so they're heading to the left side. We're back in pistol. 3 receivers to the opponent's side, 1 our side. Ryan Van Leer scans back, steps up in the pocket, looks to make a play himself, dumps it off to the running back, who gets the first down and then some before he's brought down out by the sideline. That's what I like about Ryan Van Leer, buying time with his feet even though the pocket collapses. He's always keeping his head up and his eyes downfield. That's a great way to dump it off and, to get some positive yards.
He's been running all night, Lance. He hasn't had much of a pocket. I feel like every snap, if he's about to drop back and pass, he's already moving left or right just to buy some time for himself.
Back in pistol, 4 receivers. Drops back, the snap, fires it over the middle. Flag is thrown. I'm only guessing, but it looked like interference. Ryan Kiesling was the man that the ball was intended for. There is a lot of green over the middle. That, taking shots downfield, that's fine, but let's find some space in the middle of the field where there is no defense. It's a huge flag, 11:45 left in the fourth quarter, 42-21. Mattawan, they are moving the chains down the field for them. They are now past the 50.
A defensive pass interference call is just as good as a catch sometimes, Lance.
Oh, 100%. The only problem is the quarterback doesn't get the stats. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 in enemy territory. We're just waiting for the chain gang to place their markers. Looks like it's going to be at the 39. 1st and 10 at the 39. We got Mattawan. Looks like they're back in pistol, but they got the receivers bunched up near the offensive line. One in the backfield, one receiver out towards the opponent's sideline.
I like a rollout with this bunch set towards us, Lance.
Ball is snapped. Ryan Landveer runs our side, looks downfield. He has Kiesling. Looks like the ball is picked off. It is interception, red arrows.
Connor Lixie showing up on offense and making a big play on defense.
Making plays on both sides of the ball. Connor Lixie. I've heard a lot of names tonight for the Red Arrows. A lot of guys making plays. It's a good shot, though. I liked what we saw. I think you were right. When they were showing bunches, the quarterback was rolling out. He had a little bit of space. He could have kept it himself. I understand he got the passing game going, but don't forget that you can hurt this defense with your legs. 1st and 10 on the 12, 11:36 left to go. The Lowell Red Arrows. We got Respig back under center. Oh, in pistol. 2 receivers out there as well. Hands it off to Gonzalez, who goes untouched until he gets to about the 7. There's a lot of space for him right there.
Gonzalez is on a tear to rack up almost 100 yards this game. He's having a great game. Him and Risebig together.
Looked like it was a full 10 yards gained by Gonzalez. 11:20 left in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 on their 22. Yeah, Risebig back under center. 2 receivers, coach's side. Hands it off, keeps it himself, gets into the space, spins off a would-be tackler. Looks like he gained about 10 yards as well. You would think that because they haven't had too much success handing it off to the fullback, that play wouldn't work as well as it has.
Oh, we got a false start.
Flags down on the field. False start. The Red Arrows are going back.
I feel like Lowell, I'm watching the same play over and over again, and it's working over and over again. It is the first game of the season. Mattawan has a lot to learn. They got to figure out who they are. It's kind of about identifying yourself and where you want to be. Maybe after this game, you look at your defense and maybe try to scheme something a little bit different. But with Lowell, their offense is so compact. It's the same thing over and over again. They're just going to keep. It's like beating a dead horse. It's over and over, same play.
1st and 15 on the 29. Got Risby back in pistol, hands it off, got a man in motion. He fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes over the middle and stuffed at the line. Looks like it's going to be about a gain of 2 or 3.
Wildcats stopped by number 17, Ian Boucher.
2nd and 11.
84, Rugal.
10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. We're at the 32-yard line. Got Rice being back in shotgun. Now he's going back under center. 2 in the backfield. The ball is handed off to Gonzalez, who is met by 2 Wildcats in the backfield. Man, they snuffed that play out right there. No gain on the play. 3rd and 11 at the 32.
That was a good read by Bima. It's unfortunate that we haven't got to talk a whole lot about the Mattawan defense today because we really haven't seen a whole lot of it. It's been a lot of positive yards from Lowell, but Bima actually made a great read, found the hole, and met the running back right in that hole to stop them for no gain. It's a rarity that we've seen today, though.
Ricebeak back under center, 1 in the backfield, snap. He drops back, looks over the middle, keeps it himself, runs up, makes a few men miss, and then is brought down at the 40-yard line. Looks to be about a gain of 5 on that run.
Mattawan might be forcing a punt, but it may be too late to start getting some defensive stops.
Looks to be 4th and 6. All right, you think we're going to see a punt, or you think they're going to keep the ball out on the field?
Well, looking like they're going to stay on the field with Risberg under center. And I'm looking at him just running it himself.
He's going to keep it. Faking it to the fullback.
Trying to get him to jump off sides.
Just watching that clock tick down before they snap the ball. Looks like there's going to be a timeout called. Timeout, Red Arrows. We're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. And we're back. This is the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Caprosi. Joining me tonight, my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. Score 42-21. Got about 8:09 left in the fourth quarter. It's a 4th and 6 on the 39. The Red Arrows are back on offense. And they actually punted the ball away. Nobody back there to field. They're just going to let the ball roll. It looks like the Wildcats will start on about the 28 in their own territory.
You know, Lance, we've talked a lot about Coach Airdsmith this game, about how he's game planning and whatnot, but Coach Hennigy from Lowell has done a great job with time management this game. He's really put his players in the position to be successful. He's calling all the right plays, and he's sticking to what is working for his team. And his players are buying in for what he wants to do. And that's a huge, huge bid to success for any team, is to believe in what their coach wants to do, even if it is dive after dive after dive, option after option. They're buying into it, they're running it to perfection, and they're being successful with it.
Up by 3, we got Mattawan back on offense. We got Ryan Lear back in the pistol, Connor Daggett behind him in the backfield. Another flag thrown on the field before the ball is snapped. Looks like there was a little movement up front. They're bringing it back for the Wildcats.
I think that's like the 5th false start.
It's not even the most I've seen.
You've seen a lot of things, haven't you?
I've been doing this for a few years. You're going to see a few things.
It's like back in my day, you know.
Looks like it's going to be 1st and 15 at the 21. Ryan Lear takes the ball, rolls out to his left, dumps it off to Connor O'Rourke, who makes a move, makes a few people miss. He's at the 40, gets brought down at the 42.
We got another flag on the play. That might be a block in the back, Lance.
A lot of penalties,
It's a lot of penalties on Mattawan today. And to be fair, a lot of them they're right. There hasn't been a lot of calls out here that's been to the point where it's questionable. There's been a lot of holdings, a lot of clear block in the backs, and unfortunately Mattawan's doing it to themselves this game.
Yeah, it's something David Airdsmith, head coach of the Mattawan Wildcats, will probably be talking to about his team this week in meetings, just trying to clean it up on the field and play a clean game. And don't let the refs and their laundry get involved. But it looks to be about first and 15 at the 19. Got Ryan Lear back in pistol. One man in the backfield sharing it with him. We got Bunch's broadcast side. Mattawan's heading left. Ryan Van Leer rolls out to his left, escaping some pressure. Throws it downfield. Incomplete. Connor Daggett was the man the ball was intended for. Great read, but again, it's another one of those plays where the awareness of the quarterback is, I know you're looking downfield, but just keep it yourself. You have the legs to beat a few guys, and he had the space in front of him.
A lot of things that are I'm questioning right now is he's a right-handed quarterback. And right now, the short side of the field is left side. We're rolling left with a right-handed quarterback. He doesn't have a lot of room to work with. I would be sending him wide side of the field on a strong side hand where he can make a play out there. Because that's where this is exactly where he scored in the first quarter.
Back in pistol, looks towards his right, gives it to Connor Daggett, who makes a move up. There's just more laundry down on the field. That was a good run by Connor Daggett after the catch.
That was a great catch. You see, it was one-handed.
Yeah, that was incredible. Looks like a flag back where the ball was caught. We'll see what the refs have to say about this one. It's a good catch and run by Connor Daggett. Looks like it's going to be wiped away, but still, you gotta. That's what I'm talking about. Getting that kid in space, getting the ball, and just let him make a move.
Well, they're making moves. We're going backwards again, though, Lance.
Another holding call.
Holding is the call against the Wildcats.
7:16 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Student section is right. You can't do that.
Student section knows all.
Oof.
Second and 23 on their own 13. They are moving just backwards, unfortunately. 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Mattawan's down by 3 scores. Looks like they're going 3 wide, 1 in the backfield, 1 receiver out to the opponent's sideline. Looks like there's a timeout called as well. Timeout Mattawan. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network.
I'll take my check in quarters. That's fine. Jesus. Oh, man. Main Street open this late? I can go for a beer. Used to be. Not anymore? They used to be. I know where I'm going after this. Right? Drinks on me with my check.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Capros with my broadcast partner, Zach Decker. Ryan Van Leer running up the field, makes a few guys miss. Another flag down on the field before he's brought out on the sidelines.
You know, what is that? Our fourth or fifth penalty this drive? And again, I will agree, that block that was made did not need to happen. It was unnecessary. Van Leer was going to be tackled no matter what by that defender. There was no reason to push him in the back onto the ground. Just let it happen. Let him gain the 10 yards that he got. There was no reason for that attempt of a block. I get you want to go make plays downfield for your teammates, but doing something like that, you're going back another 10 yards.
You're not thinking like that in the heat of the moment, though. That's the only problem. You should be, but, most of us aren't. You're a level-headed athlete, Zach.
Everyone wants to make plays, man. That was my favorite thing about being a receiver in high school. As sophomore, junior, senior, and even on to college was, every receiver wants to make big plays downfield. You want to catch the ball. You want to score touchdowns. You want to do all those things. My favorite was blocking.
Ryan Van Leer back in pistol, hands it off to Connor Daggett, who goes back to the left and gets brought down immediately by the Red Arrows. If he had just made that man miss, he would have had a lot of green in front of him, folks. We got 6:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Score 42-21. The Red Arrows are beating the Wildcats here in Mattawan, Michigan.
It's hard to be a receiver with runners like this on a team, because I played for a running back that was, if he was supposed to get the ball on the outside on the right side of the field, he'll somehow end up on the left side where I am, and that makes it difficult to be a receiver in offenses like this.
Ryan Van Leer back in the pistol. Connor Daggett behind him in the backfield. Hands it off to fake handoff. He rolls away from the defenders in an interception down the Mattawan Wildcats sideline. Looks like Caleb Yomtube makes the play on defense for the Red Arrows. It's 2 interceptions for Ryan Van Leer. It was a good look. He's good in the backfield at evading would-be tacklers. It's just, last year we saw him try to play a little bit of hero ball, and, I don't want to complain about that because there are times where you should be doing that. He has the legs to beat this defense, and, it is what it is. Mattawan back on defense. Got 5:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. The Red Arrows 30.
I think you did mention this is the first matchup between Lowell and Mattawan, so these teams don't really know each other too well. So a non-conference game, this is something to learn from and grow with,
We got Rice being back in shotgun. Gonzalez in motion, takes the handoff. CJ Poole in motion, who gets no yards on the gain. 2nd and 10 on the 35-15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Yeah, but it's not like Mattawan hasn't seen this type of offense.
No.
They played against Central last year and Battle Creek Lakeview, so they have seen the Veer offense quite a few times in the past couple of seasons, so they know how to stop it.
This quarterback, I think, is a special kind of quarterback, though. The way he makes his reads and makes his adjustments, he's been learning. He's getting, because they started out with 2 straight turnovers. He's been learning as this game has been going on. He's figuring out what this defense is giving him.
He's back under center, 2 in the backfield. Pat hands it off to Gonzalez, who goes another 3 yards without being touched, and he falls forward. It looks like it's going to be a first down, 10-yard gain, or 5-yard gain. 4:31 left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 on the 24. On the 17, it looks like, for the Red Arrows. They have not skipped a beat. That's something to be said, too, about the quarterback. You go out there and your offense has 2 straight turnovers, but it doesn't faze you. He's back under center, 2 in the backfield. The ball is snapped, hands it back to Gonzalez, who lowers his head and runs right through a Wildcat. Gets brought down at the 25, or gets brought down at the 15.
What a lot of people don't see is the relationship between a quarterback and a head coach is incredibly important. Hennigy has called a very efficient game, and we haven't seen anything different than each drive. Everything's been the same. He's not shy of continuing to do what he knows is successful with his players.
2nd and 6 on the 15, 3:30 to go. You think Rice Beeg is buying pizza for his offensive line on Monday?
Man, buy him something at the a la carte at school coming up, man. Little Caesars, $5 pizza. I mean, you're going to have to probably get 5 of them, but
1 apiece. Rice being back under center, fakes it to the fullback, keeps it himself, runs up, and he falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Arrows. Put another 6 on the board. That's going to be 48-21 with 3:06 left in the fourth quarter.
Who's your MVP?
That's a tough question. It really is. And, player of the game, I mean, man, I like Rice Big. That would be the easy pick, I feel like. But Lixie, he's made some plays both sides. Gonzalez has had a very good game on the ground despite getting injured in the first half. Kick is up, and it's good. It's 49-21, 3:06 left in the fourth quarter. But, yeah, I would probably say Gonzalez or Lixie. Yeah, one of those two I think would be MVP for me.
If I could give 5, I'd give it to the entire Lowell offensive line.
Wow, that's cute.
Hey, man, you got it. Like you just said, buy him dinner, man. That's what you got to do. Gonzalez hasn't been touched. He hasn't been touched. The only times that he's been making plays, running over the secondary of Mattawan. He's been 5 yards free almost every carry. That's who I'm getting the shout out to, is that offensive line. It's been pristine. They haven't slowed down at all. They've put a lot of points on the board. They put a ton of points on the board, not even throwing the ball. They've been running it more than 70% of the game.
I can hear the football enthusiasts now, agreeing with Zach and not me. So offensive line, they get the MVP and the pizza. You could be right, though, because, every run they've had has been for positive yards. Like we said earlier, there wasn't many, tackles for a loss from the Wildcats. So, yeah, maybe the MVP belongs to the offensive line.
I'm going for brownie points today.
The kick is up. It looks like it's going to Connor Daggett. Makes a field upfield. And he gets stopped at the 30-yard line. There have been a few chippy plays down here. I'm not saying on which side, but, it feels like there's a few things the refs have.
At games like this, man, when it's clearly already out of hand, emotions rise. These are high school athletes. If someone chirps one thing, you're going to chirp back. That's what's going to happen. At least it's been under control. But, yes, I do agree with you. There hasn't been really blocking on special team. It's been more of tackling as much as possible.
Yeah, nothing like too egregious. But, there's just been a few things out there that we've seen that, it's all good, though. There's only 2:58 left in the fourth quarter. We got Ryan Van Leer back in pistol. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers our side. They're heading left of the field. Looks to throw it deep. He has his man, and it looks like it incomplete. That would have been a huge gain. The ball landed at the 35 in enemy territory.
Right there, Gonzalez. He's making plays on defense. All their playmakers, both sides of the ball, are having a phenomenal game for Lowell. That could have been an easy pitch and catch. But Gonzalez says, no, you may be up by 28 points, but I'm not going to let anything easy happen.
Exactly. And that is why they are up by 27 points. Ryan Van Leer back in pistol. 2 running backs in the backfield with him, 2 receivers our side. Hands it off to Connor Daggett, who makes a nice move and makes 2 people miss. Gets to the outside. He's running up the sideline for Mattawan. Lowers the boom on one player before he gets brought down.
That was the Madden hit stick right there.
And not even brought down. It's just, he got hit and the play was dead.
Yeah. As much as you want to toughen up and make some big hits and big plays, it is a 27-point game still. This is a time as a coach you want to look at all the kids that have heart, that are out there still supporting their teammates, that want to be on the field. And plays like that from Daggett, that's good. That shows leadership. He still wants to play hard no matter the score.
Exactly. Back in pistol, 2 running backs in the backfield with Ryan Van Leer. The ball is snapped. He drops back, gets some protection, throws it out to the flats. It is caught for about a 2-yard gain, I believe. And that was Connor O'Rourke who brought that in. Or Ty Atkinson with the catch. Back in pistol. 2 receivers our side. Mattawan heading to the left. They're at the 43-yard line. The ball is snapped. Ryan Van Leer evades some pressure. Runs down the right side of the field. Has beat a few men. Gets brought down at the 35. There's a flag on the field, though.
There's a flag in Mattawan's favor right there. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That was unnecessary roughness out of bounds. Just a penalty that doesn't need to happen right now, because that could a collision sport like this, doing something like that at the end of a game that's already out of hand, that's unnecessary. You don't want to get an injury right now in something that there's no competition.
Good run by Ryan Van Leer. That's what I was talking about with him, being able to beat the defense with his legs. You got to find that happy medium between, being a quarterback and then being an athlete that can, play a little hero ball.
Well, that's Risebig. Risebig knows when he needs to make that throw. He knows when he needs to tuck it and run. He's made all the right decisions today, and that shows on the scoreboard of how successful they've been.
We got 2:01 in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 on the 43 for the Mattawan Wildcats.
I think Van Lear learns from this game.
They're on the 35. Yeah, I think so too.
I think he progresses. I mean, he threw 2 picks. He had maybe 100 rushing yards and at least 70 to 80 yards passing. He still had a good game, but the way he needs to manage himself, he needs to learn of when to tuck the ball and run, when to make the passes, when to throw it out of bounds. There's way to be a leader on this team, not just, in the huddle or making plays out on the field. Times like these are important for other teammates to look at you for leadership.
He's going to, when they're watching film, he's going to be, shaking his head with all that green in front of him. Knowing he could have kept this offense on the field for his defense. Back in pistol, 2 running backs share the backfield with him. Ryan Van Leer takes the snap, rolls around to his right now, back to his left. A gang of Red Arrows after him. He gets a block from one of his offensive linemen, tells a man to go deep, and it is a touchdown, Wildcats. The ball was completed to Lucas Walsh. He was open, not a man around him, a ton of green for him to maneuver. Touchdown, Ryan Van Leer.
There's the playmaking. There's the playmaking you're looking for. Is the end of the game, is kind of a wash scenario, but that's unfortunately, like most of the snaps that he's been getting today, he's taken one step back and he's already feeling pressure. Right there was phenomenal to show his athleticism to get outside the pocket, even though he went all the way right to left. He ran about 40 yards for maybe 10 yards to throw that ball downfield.
What I love is that he kept his eyes downfield and he pointed to his man where to go on the field. Great play, touchdown. The kick is up. It is good. 48-28, a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Maybe we'll see another onside kick here.
You going to go for it? You going to go for it?
I would. Let's get this game closer.
Got to catch the spread, huh?
I just think, you got a minute 47 left. Why not have some fun? Still a good turnout despite the score as what it is, with only a minute 47 left here in the game. That's what I like about the Mattawan community. They come out on Friday nights.
Thursday.
Support this team. Well, you know what I mean. I don't want to be technically correct.
Where would you rather be on a Thursday night?
Nowhere else but here.
They're setting up for your onside kick.
You think, oh, here we go. Little magic to be made.
Comeback right here. Got the rally helmets on.
Yeah, there's a clip on YouTube where this is possible. They boot it downfield, though.
Oof.
Ball rolls out of bounds, flag down on the field.
I think it'd be about time for Lowell to pull the starting 11. Don't want to risk any injury here. And you cannot do that. The student section is telling me again.
Yeah, you cannot pull the starters.
Being educated by the people in the stands.
They do know a lot.
They do. You think Lowell kind of just kills this and ends this game here, or do you think they go for something?
I don't see them taking any shots. It doesn't really seem to be like in their DNA as a football team. I think they're just happy with the win the way it is, and they're just going to try to get out of here. Rice being under center, hands it off to the running back who gets met at the line. That was Maddox Simcoe. I believe that's his first handoff of the game. Second and 10 at the 35, a minute 20 left in the game. Looks like we got Ricebeek back under center. One man in the backfield, two receivers, coach's side, opponent sideline. The ball is snapped, and Simcoe takes the handoff, and he runs it right up the middle for about half a yard. He's at the line. The only thing that happened is the clock continues to tick down. We're at 40 seconds left in the game. 3rd and 10. The Red Arrows are at their 3rd and 8, and they're at their own 37. This might just be one more play, and the game is over.
76 points scored. 20 less than the JV game.
It's because JV doesn't play defense. I'm just kidding. Got Rice being back under center. 15 seconds left in the game. He's going to take a knee. That's the ball game. 48-28. The Lowell Red Arrows come away into Mattawan for the first time with a junior quarterback making his first varsity start, and they're winning the game. We'll be right back. This is the Mattawan Wildcats Network. I'm Lance Caparosi. I'm with my broadcast partner, Zach Decker, and here's a word from our sponsors. I'm going to play like 2 more ads, and then we'll get in.
Just do what, a recap?
Yeah. And we'll do like a recap and things we're looking forward to from the next game.